Seattle Kraken are back at it in NHL action tonight at home. The Columbus Blue Jackets come to Climate Pledge Arena for the 7 o'clock game in Seattle. Coach Dan Bilesma says the team continues to work on improving at both ends of the ice.
Pace and execution was critical and mandatory. And I think there are just some other key points on where we want to continually hound on the game and transition, making sure we're playing fast mentality and going north. You saw that, and at D-zone coverage a little bit there. We need to be comfortable playing D-zone coverage and what our assignments are and what we're trying to do, and comfortable as in we need to be real solid in it, and so touching a few points in that regard today.
Tonight's game will be broadcast on Kong TV. Well, the Seahawks return from the bye week and will travel to take on the 49ers Sunday in Santa Clara. After a 3-0 start, Seattle has lost 5 of 6, including 4 in a row at home. Coach Mike Macdonald says they attacked the issues during the extra week off.
Good, really good bye week. Just gave us an opportunity, to kind of take a step back, just like we talked about before we left. Guys got rejuvenated, did a great job by staying on top of their stuff. We had a really sharp practice today, and was an opportunity for us to look where we're at. I think some of the big takeaways was really how, it's not the what we're doing, it's the how we get it done. We've talked a lot about process, in this setting, and the same thing goes. But I think, like I said, everything was on the table. Made a personnel decision, today that I'm sure you guys will ask about, and we continue to move forward. So the guys are excited, they're in good spirits, and we got a great, big week of prep ahead of us, and onward we go.
Seattle just waived linebacker Santana Dotson this week, making him the second linebacker sent packing on the defensive side of the ball. Coach Macdonald says they just need to be better.
Well, I think holistically as a defense, we weren't getting it done, and we put a lot on our linebackers, and so, I hate that it had to work out like just through those two guys, because those two guys that we respect a lot and have come in and worked really hard. But, sometimes you have to make these decisions and do what you feel like is best for our defense to take the next step. And so that was the decision, but it just happened to be those guys. But we do put a lot on our linebackers. We expect a lot from those guys, and that'll always be the case here as long as we're here.
Macdonald says he and his coaching staff reviewed everything from top to bottom during the bye week to figure out what's going wrong.
I think it's all about the how of what we're doing. The X's and O's are important, but how we make it come to life is the secret sauce. And I think when you kind of see it on all levels of the assembly line, from how we game plan it, how we package it, how we coach it, how we drill it, how we practice it, how it shows up on game day. When that system's right, we play really good football. When there's when that system's kind of jacked up on any part of the process, then I feel like that's where we're falling short. So it's from top to bottom, we got to do a great job of packaging it and making it come to life out here on the practice field and on Sundays.
Seattle's looking for its first divisional win Sunday when they kick off in Levi Stadium at 1:05. The game will be broadcast on Fox TV. The start to the 2024-25 Western Hockey League season has not been the greatest for the Wenatchee Wild so far. Wenatchee's back home for a couple of games this weekend. Off to a 6-10 start, Coach Don Knockbauer has been working to improve the Wild special teams. Wenatchee broadcaster Austin Drade joined Dan Kuntz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley this morning to discuss the net presence.
We're starting to see the guys scoring on special teams. We've been scoring on the power play the last 5 games in a row. The percentage is starting to climb slowly. The guys are, I was talking with Coach Knockbauer before the game on Saturday. We talked about that net front presence, getting to the net, getting to those areas where you kind of have to grind out a play and do the extra work. And brought a smile to his face because the guys were, number one, we were talking about that and focusing on that, but the guys were really doing that well on Friday night. And we're seeing the results start to show up. The guys are slowly but surely climbing the standings, and now it's so early.
Drawdy also touched on a change in Division I rules by the NCAA that will allow upper-tier hockey players to also play college hockey.
It's an opportunity for guys to play major junior hockey, not just Western Hockey League, but OHL or Quebec Maritimes League, and they'll still be able to play Division I hockey. Doesn't cover Division III, but it does cover Division I. Where the guys can get scholarships. Division III is all non-scholarship, but it really opens up some options for the players, and it opens up options for the NCAA teams as well. Before, if you wanted to recruit the top level of junior hockey in the U.S., you went to the USHL. 15 teams plus the National Team Development Program, your U17s, top U18 players in the country, and a lot of those guys will go on to play a year or two in the USHL before they move on to colleges. Now, instead of having 16 programs that you can recruit from, they have 76 programs that they can recruit from if they want to go directly to top-level junior hockey to recruit. So it's huge for the players, and it's huge for the colleges who may want to bring these guys in.
Wenatchee hosts Calgary Saturday at 6 o'clock, Kamloops Sunday at 4. That'll be at the Town Toyota Center. Well, state tournament time begins today and tomorrow for girls soccer and volleyball teams from our region. Pateros, the girls are at South Kitsap for a first-round game today against Cross Point Christian in the B state tournament. Coming up tomorrow, Okanagan plays at Napavine at 4 o'clock. Tonasket faces Toledo in Kelso at 6. Brewster and Northwest Christian kick off at 6:30. That'll be at Central Valley High School in Spokane. First round of the State 1A tournament is tomorrow with Wenatchee's Valley facing the Bush School in Sammamish at 5. Cashmere hosts Kingsway Christian at 6. Royal plays Cedar Park Christian in Juanita also at 6 o'clock. Ellensburg begins the State 2A tournament at Civic Stadium in Bellingham tomorrow night at 6. That'll be against Seahole. Wenatchee, on a 13-game winning streak in district championship, was awarded a higher seed and home game tomorrow night at the Apple Bowl. Kickoff between the Panthers and Kent Ridge in the 4A tournament set for 6 o'clock. The Yakima Valley Sundome will see the influx of small school volleyball teams from the State 1B and 2B tournaments starting tomorrow. Soap Lake has a play-in match tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock against PL. Win and the Eagles will be guaranteed 2 more matches. Waterville-Mansfield begins the tournament at 1:30 in the afternoon against Mary Walker. Manson begins defense of its State 2B championship tomorrow morning at 9:45 against Warden. Tonasket takes on Coopville also at 9:45. The State 1A tournament doesn't get underway until Friday morning for Cashmere and Chelan. The Bulldogs face Lakeside 9 Mile Falls in the first round at 12:45. Chelan begins defense of its title against Kalama. That will be at 2:30. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.